if you're actually watching this podcast, if this podcast is on, then we're all dead. No, not really, not really. What's actually happened is this is an emergency podcast that's in the can. These are classic episodes that we've put out because something's happened and there is not an episode tonight. So we've hunted through the archives and pulled out the best classics we can find, which you'll now watch. The difference is this will be live on YouTube, so a live chat will be there. So pull out those favourite episodes we've ever done, plop them back on here, just to keep the continuity, because I appreciate you want a new podcast that's fresh every week, but what's better than a new fresh podcast every week might be an old classic. So enjoy as we're busy. I think we're busy in December right now. So yeah, enjoy this classic podcast from the archives. See you later. Yep. It's foul language on. If you want a company that will sponsor a podcast like this, with language like this, giving opinions like this, and you want to deal with that kind of people who will help you out, give you a dig out, not sell you crap and look after you, even after you've bought it and you're down the road and you're wondering how this bit works, Chevron Arnu or your go-to for test equipment, especially if you are, I don't know, analysing some power, data logging, working out the kilowatts, the milliwatts, the millivolts, want a decent clamp meter like Sam's trying to beg. They do all sorts of test gear. All we ask on this show is that you give them a try. Have a look in their catalog if you have something. Give them a ring and say, I want this piece of equipment. What have you got that does that? See what they'll sell you. And give them a bash, because my promise to you is you'll get the same service I receive.
Also, Navitas, formerly Verso, but now Navitas, the pound for pound #1 fuse board manufacturer out there. They really push the boundaries and they're making incredible fuse boards. Pound for pound, they're the best out there at the moment. Don't care. I'd even go toe to toe with David Savory on that. There isn't, pound for pound, there isn't a better fuse board company out there right now. Fact. As says Sam. It's a new year. Welcome to Monday Club. Tonight we've got a very special guest. Obviously we've got Nico in the house as usual, the co-host with the most host. But we've actually got the love child of James Beck and David Savory in the house. He's caused a lot of ruptions on Twitter with his over opinionated self, and he's not shy of a swear word. So we're going to try and keep it to a minimum for a bit, but you know it's probably going to descend into chaos like we usually do on the podcast. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Well, how can we not?
Well, at least once.
Yeah, like how can we not with the nonsense that you've been putting out lately?
Do you know what? Honestly, and this is the complete truth. Something happened with me regarding my output on social media and the place I work, Electrician. Thought, you know what? I'm going to get myself busy. I'm going to get on that podcast, and I'm here. So fuck you, brain. I did that. Yeah, look at me there. I said I was going to do something, did it? So yeah. Anyway, thanks for that. See you later.
Yeah. First of all, let's Happy New Year to everyone, because we've not said that. Sam, you had a good New Year?
So, do you know what? I felt like it was a low-energy Christmas. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I was very chilled.
Like, it was just like, I don't know, I didn't get that good Christmas vibe. You know, I wasn't like, all like that warm feeling. I was just
that's
like...
whiskey, that is, mate. That's whiskey.
Listen, I'm the Lord Chief Justice of whiskey. I've got, like, look at this. I made this over time.
Has he got trousers on today? He stood up the other day and he had his boxers on.
See, this is 70% Sambuca. I made myself. This is
really?
Yeah, this is my very own 70%.
To all the audio listeners, Sam is holding up a glass skull full of black liquid that looks like tar.
And it's so delicious. But listen, 2 or 3 shots, you're feeling well wavy.
I need to look at Sambuca and I'm being sick. Honestly, bad experiences.
Once you've drunk that, you'll enjoy yourself that night, but you'll never drink it again.
In fact.
So yeah, I don't know, it's a bit lackluster. I was really excited because it's Harper's first Christmas wish. She really understands stuff. Do you know what I mean? She looked forward to Christmas tree, put on the lights and all that nonsense. But the reality is, I don't know, it's just lackluster in my opinion.
What about you, Jamie?
I can't be fucked over Christmas. I used to always work because it's typical shutdown period for industrial. I've got a child now, so I stop here and I get my enjoyment out of watching her. Other than that, I hate the entire thing.
Merry Christmas.
Fair enough.
I'm so used to working it, and I like structure. I like my day to have something to happen, and it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I dislike it. But the older my kids get, the more into it I'm getting.
I've got to be honest.
How old are your kids?
One of them that I know of, 4. So.
Oh, my daughter's 4 as well. So they're the
I got
same
a
age
little
at
girl.
Christmas, understanding what's going on, and it's nice. It is nice.
Well, my
Yeah,
daughter's 3 in April, so there.
So everyone likes Frozen, yeah?
Oh yes, all the time.
Watched it for the first time. I tell you what, it's not bad.
Only once.
What about Frozen 2? You watch Frozen 2?
Oh, that's next. We're going to watch that next.
That's all right. We've had that on twice today. She's got my one of the best mates bought her an Elsa doll. You click the chest and it sings 15 seconds of one of the songs. So we had to go to Frozen 2, find the song, play it, and then when I say go, she clicks it. So they both play at the same time. And if we get it out of sync, we have to rewind it and do it again.
No, not playing them games.
Yeah.
Not doing it. But what was I going to say? I take to say now you're talking about Frozen.
Don't know. Should we get onto Jamie?
Huh?
Should we get onto Jamie? Not that way. Not yet.
Oh, calm down, lads. We just met.
Yeah. So
Because obviously, I've seen you crop up on Twitter. That's about it. I can't say I saw the YouTube videos until literally earlier. Sam said, "Watch this one about the Christmas light fitting," and I must agree that is a brilliant video. But yeah, you sort of just come out of nowhere in my eyes, and I think Sam would agree the same. So what's this all about then? Have you been lurking in the background on social media before, or you just not gone on it?
I thought, like I said, I thought I could get myself on that podcast, and then there we go. So I thought I'd make a presence, and off you bomb. That's not a joke. That's the truth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, straight up. I'm not fooling to you.
So we're
I was like,
directly
"Go on,
responsible
mate."
for this.
Yeah, straight up. I thought.
We're so sorry, Will.
I'm fanning around. I'm fanning around, not doing no. I'll see if we get on that podcast. I'll see if we can make an impression on social media, and that's what I did. That is literally it. Obviously, out by that video that went a bit viral. Yeah, I thought, fuck it, I'll have a bash at that. I'm in the game. I've got a lot to say.
You have got a lot to say, and you say it quite well. But I feel like you've got some sort of mad energy around you. Are you like
Extra user?
ADHD or something?
I don't know. I am dyslexic, so like I've got to get it out of here because I can't put it on paper, can I? So
yeah,
you only get one chance to make a first impression.
I don't think, Sam, you're meant to go up to someone. Have you got ADHD?
Yeah, you can.
I don't think that's the done or said thing nowadays, if I'm honest.
Well, he's mental. What do you mean?
Are you bonkers? Yeah, I think I'm a little bit.
Brilliant. You are a good mixture of Dave Savory. I give you that. Christ.
Yeah, Dave Savory.
I'm not going to say what was said, but Dave Savory sent me a tweet about doing this podcast, and he's doing something now that's making me feel ill. That's all I'm going to say. I'll show it you later in private. He sent me a text, and I was like, even I was like, I can't reply to that. And I no one silences me, but I was like, I'm not.
Oh, has he watched you Frozen?
No, it was going to record himself doing something while he's listening to this podcast that I don't want to go into. It makes me.
I tell you what, one day we need to get all 4 of us on, you and Dave on together. Me and Sam would just sit back and go,
mate, could you imagine the car crash that podcast will be?
As you know, I've got the beep. I've got the beep for swearing. I can email you that across.
It doesn't really matter. You've already done it. Like it's all downhill from here, to be honest. But listen, you're quite opinionated. You're not shy at coming forward. What are your gripes in the industry then?
That we don't look after our young people enough and bring in talent. That fucks me right off.
So
proper.
I think your views align with Mark. You know, Mark Allison, A121.
Mark Allison, can I do a thank you? Can I do a thank you while I'm on? Yeah, Mark Allison. Oh, yeah, have you said yeah? Sorry.
Yeah.
Mark, I reached out to Mark Allison the other week about something I need to do with solar, getting a bit of test equipment. And he put me in touch with Steve Hayes at TIS.
Yeah.
And they didn't just lend me it. Well, it weren't for me. It was for an organisation I'm part of. They didn't just lend me it. They gave me it. So I just want to take this opportunity to say thanks to them rather than just doing some wank tweet.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cheers to both of them for that. It'll come out eventually what it's for, but I'm not going to give a game away because it's for them to do some PR stuff with. But
nice.
What was the question? Sorry.
The thing is, TIS are a wicked company. They converted me. I'm on the bandwagon with TIS. Steve's a really nice guy. Mark's a really nice guy.
Mark's brilliant. Mark is a good lad, and he's obviously got like me. He's interested in bringing you forward. To be honest, in the trade.
So you know what they say about people who teach.
They're crap.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah, totally. They are. They're absolute shit. That's why I do it, because I'm the only good one there. No.
Are you a teacher as well at a local college?
I work in as a tutor. So what I'll say is 5% of, in the normal general population now, 5% of the people fuck it up. That's what makes the population bad. 5% of the people cause all the grief. Same with teaching. 95% of the people in it are shit. 5% of us are great. And we're trying to make the difference the best we can.
Because is it true that I've heard that some people that are teaching electrics aren't even qualified to like what we are?
Yeah, Adrian Daisy.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Because I heard about it ages ago. I just presumed it would be the logical thing of you can only teach that if you've got the qualification in it.
No, there's
like
loads
a uni
of people at colleges. Loads of people at colleges that ain't got a tube of glue about anything.
You just got to be able to deliver the syllabus, basically, isn't it? You've got to be able to deliver the syllabus. Boom.
Have a basic understanding of it.
What I try and do is I try and make every course different. So I found myself that you can autopilot it. So you're banging out a joke and everyone's laughing. They don't realise you pulled that same stunt last week.
Yeah.
And I try to avoid that. Try to make every time I do it, it's different. I'm coming up with something to do. But I do that at the minute. I might go back on my tools. I don't know. But it is, you're right. It is full of cretins. I don't mind getting the hate on Twitter for that either. so come on, man.
Hold on. There's a lot of information here to unpack. So why did you come off the tools?
Because I'm wank. I told you. No, I come off. It's just stuff. Sorry. I've made my money. And I want other people to do well out of the trade too. Genuinely.
Wait, what?
Genuinely feel like that.
Hold on. You can't come on here and say you made your money and now go and teaching. What do you mean you made your money?
Paid the mortgage off, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I had a massive company to shut it all down. It's like, "Fuck this! It's wank."
Really?
Yeah.
What? Employed quite a few people.
It's not fake books. This was all real shit. I employed a panel builder who used to do work all over the country for big people. And once the mortgage was paid off, I remember texting my missus going, "Can we pay the mortgage off?" And we had a lump of cash, and the van was paid for, tools paid for, like that. Yeah, fuck it. And the job was on the way, and I went, "That's me done, lads. Sorry." And I just went.
Bloody hell!
So because like when you got kids hanging around in your street kicking off, if you don't do something about that, you're part of the problem, aren't you? So I've always done youth work, and I was like, "Oh, these sparks going through a shite." So I thought, well, I better go and teach them, then.
So where does your passion for helping the youth come from then?
Because I'm a dyslexic person myself who needed the kick up the arse, and I had people do that for me.
Oh, so you're just repaying the favour?
Yeah. I mean, the sparks I work for were legendary. Like, you mean you're the same age as me, Sam? I think about 40, aren't you? Yeah.
39, 48.
Proper JRB sparks back in the early 90s. You could graph for them because they knew what they were doing, and I see that going away.
So I think, do you know what, mate? I think you're right, but I feel like that when the sparks in the 90s were, see, I wasn't really sparking in the 90s, so
I was born in the 90s.
Sorry, noughties. What am I about? I took a lot of drugs since then. It was the noughties.
Welcome to the club. Do you know what I mean?
I bet you're telling.
But no, what it is, so you had the old school sparks who knew their job inside and out, and they worked to the JIB regs, not regs, the JIB.
Yeah, the rules
and stuff, the rules, and they followed all the mandates and that, and then they got paid according to the mandates, and then they all went subbing, and it was and because there was a load of money being thrown about, wasn't there? And
I know it was crazy.
And so you could also get your so you could get, like, if say you had to take an SDS to site, you got an extra 50p an hour and stuff like that. They were just throwing money about. You was getting like 12 hours and only working 8, and they're having it off for a long period. And then when that all stopped, a sort of attitude fell on the industry that made it like, well, we ain't getting all these perks anymore, because obviously the recession happened in 2008, didn't it?
I still blame Part P, to be honest, myself. In my, I know you're London based.
Oh, this is interesting. Go on.
I still blame. I can see where you're coming from, because I know down London in the noughties it was mad, but I still blame Part P for the downfall of the industry from what I consider. Because of 5-day courses and everyone letting every fucker in, basically.
Yeah, but if you're subbing in London, you can't, like, you're not getting on a job with a 5-day course.
Yeah, but the person who's taking you on could lie and say you ain't got a 5-day course, and that's what was happening.
I don't know this side. I don't know this side. I don't know this side of it. This is interesting because
it's regional in it as well.
Yeah, I suppose it's not stringent. Like when you work in London, there's a lot of you got to. I don't know. I've been on a job. I went about 2 years ago. I went on a job, and it was like I had 6 inductions.
What?
6 inductions. I had 2 online inductions to do in my own time at home before I even got to the site.
Is that one of the big builders? They love it, don't they?
Yeah, where was that now? It was an Amazon job in Dartford. So it wasn't even 2 years ago. It was last year. So there's before I come on this job, because I went on the cards. I'd had enough. I had enough of subbing. I've subbied all round, and now I've gone on the cards. I leveled up and went on the cards and become a supervisor and stuff. It's well worth it. I'm really pleased I've done it. But yeah, just going back to what we was talking about. So you think because of Part P and the 5-day courses, but you can't really blame Part P for the 5-day courses because it's a lot of the people dishing out the cards. So like the JOB were complicit in it because they're dishing out the cards to anyone with any type of electrical qualification. You could get a card, do your ECS test, and boom, you're off to the races.
You're right. I'm not blaming Part P. The idea behind it was solid, but what I'm saying is, at that point, that's when it started to go downhill.
Because obviously people were seeing the money getting flung about. I know one guy, Paul. He was the first guy who got me into this. Shout out to Paul. We was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu together. He was a lot older than me, but he was. He said, "Oh, come and work for me." Like I'd lost my job and all this sort of stuff. He goes, "Come work for me, do a bit of labour and blah blah." And I started out as an electrical mate, Sparky's mate, and he was telling me all the stories about when it was the boom times and absolutely smashing it. He was driving a Porsche. He's driving a Porsche to work, getting out with a high vis on.
You know what? It was mad. It was crazy money. I remember being a 3rd-year apprentice on like £400, £500, £600 a week. And me and my mates used to get home on Friday night, and that was it. Bang till Sunday night. Go to work like that on Monday morning, hanging. It was great. It's a great time to be an apprentice. I loved it. Absolutely loved my apprenticeship.
It's so you think that the Part P opened up the floodgates to these 5-day courses?
I don't think. I know.
I like it, man. This is a whole different perspective. I've never had this conversation before.
As much as the NIC will try to eradicate all the 5-day courses they ran off their online presence, yeah, we all know they went off.
Yeah.
If I could get the back issues of a professional electrician, I could show them you all. And some of the people who let the money get into bed with them, who were supposed to look out for us, who actually, it turns out now, 10 years later, don't give a flying fuck. And have wrecked us.
I just have no knowledge in any of this. I think it's just because I came in a bit long after you guys. It would already, the Part P stuff was already there when I started. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I respect what you've done, Nick. I noticed you've got an apprentice. You really look after him and that.
Because that's what you do.
Most sport apprentice in the UK, no doubt.
Everyone should bring an apprentice through, and if you do that, you've done it, and you're one. You've produced another one. Conscience is clear, but big firms don't want to do that now. About 2008, all the big firms went, "Yeah, fuck training all these lads. We'll just go and buy this cheap labour." Yeah. And then now they're paying for it. So fuck them. Yeah, pay us more and we'll work for you. Other than that, sort out your own blokes.
Did you ever hear the stories about, I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know if it's true, but there's one of the big 5 electrical companies. They said, I heard rumours that they had set up a school in Poland just to get through the ECS test to get people over.
I've heard them all. I know I work for a company not called Goodman Earthstats. They're still going, but they've changed name, and they had 10 apprentices every year. And that was one thing about them. They had 10 apprentices every year. They brought up their own talent, and people stayed. But a lot of the big contractors, well, again, I won't name in case I ever need to get a job with them. They just went, yeah, fuck training these lads, fuck spending this money. We'll just nick other people's. And that's now biting them.
Yeah. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. There was a big moment. There's a big shift when all the perks went out of it. So you're 12 hours for an 8-hour day, that went. And people go, well, obviously that's gone. But what the kind of the deal was, I'm going to pay you by the hour, but this is your day rate. And then all of a sudden it just got slashed, didn't it? I remember like 2008 when I was like freshly qualified in that. And I was working for £12.50 an hour on an 8-hour day as a gold card spark.
What was that a good rate? I can't remember now, that far back.
No, that was terrible. That was less than the JIB rate. And I was a subby.
Oh, no perks.
No perks. It was 8 till 4. It was at St Thomas's Hospital, and literally it was the only job I could find in London to go.
What qualifications did you have at that point?
Just my gold card.
Oh right, so he's qualified.
Yeah,
so fair one. I mean, if you're training getting that money, then
mate,
yeah.
But it's at a point now. What do you think about the state of the industry now? And like in terms of when you look online and you look at like electricians now, there is like this sort of sense that everyone, like, you're always going to have a rogue element. You're never going to get rid of that. You're always going to have people who do shit work. And there's always going to, like, you're going to have cowboys. What I'm saying to you is, do you feel like there's a sense of a lot of people pushing towards a goal of improving the industry?
No, there's just.
Do you not?
No, fuck. Like you got loads of these. You got loads of people, and I don't teach this, but they do it where I work, doing level 2s, level 3s. Some of them are dead keen. They want to get into industry. They're clearly interested in a career, not a job, a career. They want to watch stuff like this, read stuff, better themselves in their own time. And there's a load of people there that just go, "Oh, can get £22 an hour as a sparky corner." You're like, yeah, you won't get £22 an hour doing fuck all, mate, because you're fucking useless. You're useless now. You're going to be useless when you're a sparker. You'll never be any good. And there's people coming in because they're getting sold the dream, aren't there? Which is not true.
These adverts that used to pop up on Facebook about like the fast track courses, you could earn £60,000 a year after this course. It's like,
yeah, but you've got to pay tax on that, and you get your van robbed twice a year, and you've got to buy tools and blades and drills, and you're getting left about 5p.
That's an achievable wage when you've had a business, and let's say you've been self-employed. Let's say domestic wise, after 4 or 5 years of grafting and getting your name out there, you know, money in your pocket, take home 60 grand. Yeah. But it ain't going to happen overnight. And
but if people are shite, then they're not going to get the regularity of constant work over and over again to ever earn that. In fact, they're lucky if they get 20 jobs before they can't work in the local area.
Yeah.
See, that's like, and everyone goes, "Oh, well, you've got these people coming in. It's a race to the bottom, blah, blah." I don't believe in the race to the bottom. I firmly don't believe that exists. I believe if you're going in there, you're doing a good job, and then your prices go up with over time, and like, and your customer base goes up, and you can charge a bit more because you're that good and you're that reliable and you've got that name. That's not the race to the bottom. That's you. It's you just proving what you're worth and laying it on the line. And I don't believe in the race to the bottom. I believe if you're pricing jobs purely on if you're selling your trade purely on price, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. You should go and work for someone.
Yeah.
I suppose it's only a race to the bottom if you join in with that race.
Exactly. It only exists for those. Only exists for those, isn't it?
I do think the industry's got better with all the stuff that we're doing now, like you say, Instagram, and there's YouTube and there's webinars and there's all of the different sort of stuff. I think there's so much good information out there now which wasn't available beforehand to people watching. They were stuck in a rut. They didn't know any better. They can't read the regs by themselves or interpret it. They're just going off what their previous guys told them. But now there's things out there which they can actively see and improve on. We can all sort of up everything a little bit. I see it getting better in domestic. I couldn't speak for commercial.
Commercial's a funny one because it varies so much. You can bump into a crowd of really good sparks, or you could just go on a job and you just like, I don't know what's going on here. Like this is
with a commercial though, you'll get given plans and you've just got to sort of follow suit what you sort of get told anyway, don't you?
Yes, you do. Generally in commercial sparking, you have like, well, you tell them, Jamie. You're you're probably better off.
I'm more heavy industrial, to be honest. I know shop fitters, like, you get big, good crews that are in demand. Like they rock up, they've got absolutely everything, and they'll smash them out. When you go, you ain't got to check anything. But there doesn't seem to be as many of them about anymore. And like you say, you said the domestic's getting better. I think that's because the people that are shitter know they can't cut it anymore, which is a good thing. So it's maybe the industry is self-regulating itself in that way, because homeowners can go on YouTube now and see what good work looks like, and they can go, that fuse board's bollocks, mate. So they can get caught out.
This is true. Do you know what though? Like Nick was saying about, we work from, like, in commercial and industrial, you work from drawings, don't you, a lot of the time. But it's not like them drawings, 9 times out of 10 will, 1, not be very good, or 2, will clash with other services. So you have to like, you have to redirect and stuff like that, and you have to know how to do all that, and what bends you can cut in and what bends you can't cut in, and all that sort of stuff. There is you do have to.
There's an element to you having to.
Yeah, it's not Meccano. Like,
you've got to have a bit of this. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to write it. You just have to be able to think. What do I do here? How does it? I think it's to
adapt to the
visualize
situation.
To look at someone and go, is it just me that sees things finished in my head? You know, does that make sense? You know,
all right, Rain Man. All right, Rain Man.
But you've got to be able to visualize something. You go, I can see how that's going to work, and you've got to look at other stuff, like looking when your missus takes you shopping. You'll look like that, aren't you? Looking at how they've done stuff.
No, I did it at the car park the other day. We went to the local park with the kids at the weekend, parked a multi-story, and I stood there waiting for the lift. It's all poured concrete walls and everything, ceiling, floor. And I'm looking above, you got tray work all coming down on and all metal conduit going up. And I was like, I thought, oh, that's a fucking good job that is. Even though it's nothing to do with my stuff. I was like,
one day you might go, I know how to do this because I've seen it. And that's what I think separates a good spark from a bad spark, is that the good sparks in the closed shop look down and the good sparks look up.
Yeah, it was nice to see.
I'll tell you what, a good place to go looking for tray work and, like, just, you know, your proper good installs is Costco. Go into a Costco and look up. It is just mad tray work and conduit and all that sort of stuff. It's good.
It's got me about the big shops. You know, like I used to work at the big Tesco in Stafford, and why are the ceilings so fucking high? Like the amount of. Because it's only going. Do you know? It's only going up to, like, what you're saying, on per shelf. You've got 7 shelves. You're talking 3.5, 4 meters max. You can put a 4 meter roof on that building and run all the cable and everything. But no. We'll have a 50-foot high ceiling with tray work dangling from cables, and it's just like, why?
I think it's
wasted
the fashion.
space.
I think it's the fashion. It makes people feel good and they buy more. Much like lighting in clothes shops is really important. I think it just makes this place is really big and like a castle and that, and they want to buy things. I don't know. But there's
Let me
a lot
tell
to
you
that.
about lighting in clothes shops. Yeah. Why on earth? Yeah. Do they make the lighting in the changing rooms make you look awful?
Yeah.
What? I've always thought it was the other way around.
Bright spotlight right above for shadows.
Mate, honestly, I'll go into a changing room. I'll come out of the ump. I'm like, I hate myself. I'm a slug. Like, I come out feeling like a slug.
Lumps and bumps everywhere.
Yeah,
I always thought it was the other way around.
No, well, I don't know. I went in Marks and Spencer's the other day. I had to get a shirt for a wedding or something a couple months ago. Anyway, I go in there and it's kind of dark in there. Anyway, I'm looking, I get myself a shirt. I go into the changing room and it's got like, I turn around, I was like, oh, what is that? Oh, that's me.
Like Shrek in the changing room with me.
I always think it's the way around. If you go to a proper like an expensive clothes shop where they're selling crap and they want it to look good, like there's one in Meadowhall near me. It's all dark, but their lighting is incredible. They could make a dog turd look wearable.
This is exactly what I've just bought. This from Superdry shop. You can barely see
that. They're good at it. They're good at it. And there's another one. Is it Abercrombie and Finch? Their lighting is amazing.
And Hollister. They used
Hollister,
to do it.
That's it. Pitch black shop.
Yeah.
Everything's lit up, and it just makes good stuff look, shite stuff look good, which is fair play to them. Fair play.
Yeah.
I think uplighting for fat people.
No, direct lighting. You just need a light point straight at you, center.
And contouring. Concave mirrors as well.
Oh, okay.
Let's lie to ourselves.
Paul a Mirror style.
Well, this is it, man. Listen, there's a podcast going out this week, last week by Mark and Neil about the JIB. They've had the JIB come on. Now they won't come on this show. They won't come on because of my association with unions back in the day.
Set fire to too many burning barrels, have you, Sam?
They want to come on with me instead of you then?
No, they won't touch the show.
Oh, okay.
I offered them that before. They won't touch anything to do with me.
Fair.
So, they're not the first person to not like me. They're not the first organisation not to like me.
It won't be the last.
No. But it raises some interesting questions, like the usefulness of the like Nick's completely out of his comfort zone with these.
Can you explain? Right, this can sound really daft. Can you explain to me very daftly and simply what is the JIB?
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it, Jamie?
I think you do better because you've got. I know you're the union work you've done, and I think you'd explain better than I could. I've got my way of putting it, so I'd like to hear yours, to be honest.
All right, I'll do mine and you do yours. All right.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so what the JIB is like. One side is like a combine of different unions, and basically one side represents the worker, the other side represents the companies, and who have signed up to the JIB as an organisation. And what they do is they have these negotiations where they set out the rates, the rules, all these things about the industry, about what's fair in the industry, and it sets like a template. Well, what they do is they set this book. It's like a book of regs. I can't remember what it's called, and that book is now enshrined for the companies that employ people and for people who hold a JIB card. Now you have to follow. The companies have to follow all the perks, and the workers have to be qualified to a certain level and do certain things to keep their membership. One is upgrade your to 18th edition upgrade to your latest regs as and when they come out. Do a ECS test every 3 years, just like a basic electrical safety test and stuff like that every 3 years, and just basically like stay on top of your trade, which is all. And it works for the companies and the people in the companies.
So is this mainly commercial, industrial, or is this everything?
No. So if say you want to take your company and become JIB, right? You become a JIB company. You would then have to give Adam the exact employment rights that the JIB stipulate. So you might end up getting more money, more holiday, Bupa healthcare, all that sort of stuff. So it's really good to sign up to. Like, if you're a worker and you work for a JIB company, you're better off, generally.
But why do companies go with JIB, though? What benefit do the big companies get? Let's say me as a boss, what would I get from it?
See, I don't know that side.
Recognition that, like, you're with NIC instead of NAPIS or the name.
No. It's
decent people will want to work for you. That's what I will say to them. When I was a card carrying JIB member, I would look to work for JIB firms because the book means that you know where you stand, I know where I stand, I know we're both going to do all right out of it as long as I'm a grafter and you pay me. So it's good like
right,
that.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's basically all it is. And what happened is because it's the only sort of universally accepted qualification / regulation of the industry for like universally across the industry. What happened was agencies started using it, and there was one particular agency, I can never remember the name of it, that the ECA started. I think they started it, and it had access to the JIB database or something. If you're a mechanical and electrical recruitment company, a recruitment agency, you can get JIB certified, and then you get access to their records and stuff like that as well. So, and you can go on there, you can check gold cards, and you get a database of electricians with gold cards and ECS cards, a whole lot. So they started working with agencies. So agencies started requiring subcontractors to have them. So subbies like myself back in the day was required to have a gold card to prove that you're an electrician to get on to site.
Right.
Because it's like a passport. You've got your ECS on there, you've got your qualifications on there. So it's just a matter of turning up, going, gold card, boss, you're on. And so what that ended up doing is you now had subbies with gold cards and having to pay the £100, £200, whatever it is, every 3 years to have this gold card. That means nothing to them because they don't get no benefits from it, but they have to have it.
Yeah.
And what that ended up doing is giving the whole thing a stink name, because subbies have got it. They're not abiding by the JOB rules. They're not getting anything from the JOB rules, and it just turned it into a massive shit show.
Sounds complicated.
It does now.
Sam, give me a nice, short, sweet answer. Comes out.
I don't think there is one though. That's the thing. Like I've always been a card. I was brought a proper apprenticeship, apprentice card, JOB card, gold card, technician black card. Whenever I've worked for firms, PAY, which is a very small amount of my career, like I said earlier, I've always known that I've got a rule book. They'll follow it. They'll provide me with stuff. I'll provide them with work. They'll pay me, and it gives you. It's good for like you guys that don't want something that want to be comfortable. Know they're going to get holiday pay. It's great for that. And I think in my experience with the 2000s and that, I was proud to be a card carrying JOB member, even though I never joined a union. I am as well. And I'm not going to lie, I did a bit of research, and I know Mark and Neil have released that podcast trailer today. Yeah. And they've told me a couple of bits. I wouldn't have gone at them anyway. And I found a bit out that maybe I don't want to tread on their toes. So I think it'd be a really interesting show to watch and find out about. But the only gripe when I looked online is they never answer the phone. The card online system's a bit crap. Which if you're trying to get on a job, and that affects sparkies who want to be JOB sparks getting jobs. So they need to address that. But all in all, I think they're all right, to be fair.
And I think why do you think they're all right though? Like,
because they've always looked after me.
Do you know what though? I'll tell you why you're right there. And this is the reality. They actually, the JIB, the people who sit at the JIB office, they don't really have any decision-making abilities.
No, they just they produce the book and tell us what the rates are. And they produce the book. And that book, I go, look, mate, here, I ain't got a bit of paper, but I go, here, in here it says what I'm entitled to, what you're entitled to, and both parties, because employers can be dicks.
Yeah, of course.
You know where you stand, and that's what that to someone who just doesn't give a shit, want to get wrecked a weekend like I used to, and get them in on Thursday. Just a nice place to be in it. Yeah, grab my nuts for a week. Thursday the money's in the bank. If they try and sack me, which happens to me quite often, I've got something to go at. Use, you know what I mean? So they've always been all right with me, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think the JOB is inherently a terrible organisation or have some mad agenda. You know, they're a money making organisation. Well, then are they a non-profit?
You know, someone's making money out of me, but the problem with the service, I could give a shit. Like if they make,
which is true.
If they've got gold yachts, great, but just sort cards out.
I don't know. There's a million things you can argue about the JOB, this and that. But the reality is, they're a bit of a nothing organisation. They actually have people moan about them more than they probably should have credit for.
I suppose as well, sometimes you let your JIB card lapse, you ain't got one. Then you get a blinding job with a JIB firm, and you're trying to renew your card dead quick, and then that's their fault, is it? That's your fault for being a sponge. Yeah, so a lot of that moan online will not be their fault anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a funny old thing that like. I'm not really interested in the JIB anymore. To be honest with you, I've done my time subbing, done a long time subbing. Now I've never been happier as an electrician. Like I don't want to be an electrician for the rest of my life. I want to be very honest about it. So I've got plans. But the reality is, this is being if you're not owning your own company like you two have, and you just be an electrician, being a subby electrician is the dumbest way of doing it, in my opinion.
Why?
It's soul destroying, bruv. You turn up to site, you're
just a number, aren't you?
You're just a number, and you
are in London. You are in London.
Okay, yeah. Let me caveat my last comment with, as a London subby, you can turn up on site. I mean, I've been on jobs. I've turned up on site. I'm doing a good job. You know I'm doing a good job. We're smashing it in. And then 3:45 on a Friday, you're wrapping up your tools. Oh, sorry, lads. Just had a call from the office. Yeah, don't come back Monday. And
I've seen that. I've seen it. I've been on jobs down there. I was on a big job down there, and we got rid of subbies that were 10 times better than the blokes that work for us. But that's what they'll do.
Yeah, and so it's a very soulless thing. But you know that going into it. You're not going into it blind. You're going into it with your eyes wide open. Right. I'm a subby. I'm going to be down the road as quick as anyone. I can leave tomorrow. There's no blowback. It is what it is. You go in with your eyes wide open. It's all right. But after a while, what you find is you never see the end of jobs, or you very rarely see the end of jobs. You've got no sort of recourse for anything. So someone comes in, calls you a dickhead, and he's a manager or something. You call him a dickhead back, and that's it. You're down the road. So it's
I'll just bang him.
The only experience I've ever had, I've subbed once when I did all the council buildings, and they offered me a job. I'm like, this is mint.
It depends who you work for as well. It sounds like you work for some managers that are bellends, yeah? If I have somebody on my site, I treat them the same as my own lads. Yeah, I'm going to give them as much time as I can. But if you've got wanker managers, which you often have, I've got my own reasons why that happens. Yeah, that's just wanker managers.
Why are there wanker managers?
Well, we got. I'll give you the quick one. Yeah, and I'm going to use my old firm's name. So it's like my good amount of I said earlier. Took on 10 sparks a year. Yeah, so I'm going to make that 9 to make my maths easier. Yeah, the top 3 go and be like Nick Bundy, go and set up their own firm, or like me, go and set up their own firm. Yeah, so that's them 3 gone. Yeah, everyone, you seen that happen?
Yeah.
Right. The bottom 3 are absolute dog shit. One of them leaves in the first year of college. One of them leaves in the 3rd year. One of them does his 4th year, then can't act sparking, goes and works in LV stacking shelves. Yeah, which leaves you with the 3 in the middle. So they rise in that firm to the top, and they were always the mediocre sparks who couldn't do fuck all anyway. But they rise to the top because they're all what's left. So they're not the shittest. They know roughly what they're doing, but they've not got the ability to be a good manager. And that's what I see all over. All I see in the past PAY jobs I've had in COVID, yeah, I just see shit management. And then I wonder why I made loads of money when I'm thick, and it's because I'm a good manager, and a lot of people aren't, and the firms are full of them.
This is what people have said to me about on YouTube about Adam. To start with, when I said I was going to employ him, is why would you teach someone your trade who's going to go and steal your work? I was like, well, if you teach them right and pay them right, hopefully they wouldn't want to leave, not for a very long time anyway. And trying to understand that and teach them to people. I said, what I don't understand. I employ Adam solely as a business side talking because I want to make money, more money. He can help me do jobs quicker, more efficiently. He can then do his own jobs, which will make me money because I charge him out more than I pay him. That's how business works. If I spend all my time and effort now trying to train him to the best of my ability, give him all the tools he needs to do it quicker, he can earn me more money quicker. He'll be happier because he'll get a pay rise. It's a win-win. The people that employ people, young lads, treat them like shit, don't speak to them with any respect and expect them to still do the same job. It's just like get the tools, sweep up, your cop, all that. Yeah, we've all done it, but then there's cases where he's working, I'll sweep up. It's like
if he's wrapping some up, you'll do it. You'll get in there. Yeah. I think you're a bit different because obviously you've got a presence on the social media. But what I would say to some people is, it's like in your situation, is sometimes no matter how we treat them, they'll go because they want to spread the wings a bit. My apprentice did that to me. We had a bit of a fallout over it. We buried the hatchet after a couple of years. He came back and I got him into a really good job as him now. I didn't hold it against him because it's the same thing I did. But sometimes they'll go and spread the wings. But you can, if you look after people, they'll never leave you. Fact.
I'll have a word with his mum. He won't be going anywhere.
Yeah, just chain him up something. Don't feed him very well. Keep him there.
Or him or his mum. I missed that a bit.
Or just keep his mum prisoner. He'll never leave.
I have to speak to his dad. I'll ring him now. But I just don't like people treating apprentices poorly. But then
anyone.
Anyone, yeah. But mainly I got treated like shit, not through an apprenticeship, but from working at a young age. But I just think you treat someone how you want to be treated. That's always been the way. And yeah, we'll have our bad days and we all have a bit of a pissy sometimes, but it's just, I can't understand people just treat people with respect. Simple as that. Get my respect and you get on.
See, hold on, I've got to push back against this a little bit because I'm a dickhead.
Yeah, this is what I come on here for. Let's go.
So, I get moaned at by apprentices a lot, yeah. Well, I used to because I
Stop sitting on me, you're heavy.
So I don't say please and thank you. I ain't trying to say please and thank you. Like if I'm in something, I'm thinking about getting a job done. So I'm like, right, grab me that, mate. Like, let's go. Do you know what I mean? I'm not asking. I'm not saying, can you grab me that, please, kind sir? Thank you. Tell you.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I ain't trying to say please and thank you. And I'm like, let's go. And then
it's just different in people, though. It's different. I should hear me ordering a Chinese. can I have a large chips, please? And an egg fried rice, please? Everything's got a please. Then she goes, is that great? Yes, that's great. Thank you, please. Okay, thank you. But that's just the way people are.
A good apprentice would know, though, you ain't got time for that nicety. If you're in a buzz bar chamber asking for a 17-month spanner, he'll know that you ain't got time to say please or thank you. So
it drives me mad. And like on site, they'll be like, can't you say please? And I'm like, no, I can't say please. Oh, you got no respect, man. I'm like, it's not I've got no respect, I've got no time, and like I'm not like, oh, maybe I'm a bit of a half a div. Like maybe I just have to concentrate wholly on this one thing, or I have to be like kind and nice to you. I'm not particularly kind, I don't think.
I'm not ruling out though that the apprentice could be a total cock end, because they do exist. You know what I mean? Some people need straightening out. You know what I mean? Like we used to back in the day.
Yeah, but this is the other thing. In my younger days, I was way too aggressive on site. Way too aggressive. Like, because I thought if you go on site, I was always scared, like, to go in on building sites. Because I thought, like, it's where all the people who like to have a ruck and stuff go. But that's just not the reality. So I used to be double aggressive, so no one bit. It's like going to prison or something. I was.
Punch the biggest guy there, yeah.
I've soon got wise that you don't mess with old men. Don't mess with an old man in a rough job. Yeah, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Thing is, when you get into the mindset that they're just there to earn their money and go home, once you understand that, it's like, oh, okay, it's not that scary. They don't really give a shit.
It's scary. I had old boys that I respect to this day, and I won't cross this day. I mean, I tell you, there was a guy I worked with called Harry Parry. I think he's dead now. I hope he is. And he had massive, wiry, grey pubic hair. Yeah, and I was like, ain't no one scared of him. And I watched him turn on a 6-amp breaker to a guy for 12 set of tread steps and blow him off them steps because he mugged him off. And that taught me a valuable lesson in life, to not judge people on how they look. At work. I was always dead nice to him. And you know what? He put one of the best sparks I've ever worked for, taught me loads. But initially from school, I thought, oh, this guy's got a note about him.
Mate, I'm stabbing him in the neck. Like, that's just not okay.
It was the noughties. Everything was okay.
Huh?
Everything was okay in the noughties. You could get away with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I suppose it's a different era as well. Like, but I don't know, man. And plus, being up north, whereabouts up north for you?
Nottingham.
Not far from me. It's been about an hour and a half.
Nottingham.
You got a terrible accent as well.
I've seen you on air taking a piss out of people from Nottingham's accent. So yeah, I thought I'll hide it a bit.
You ain't done a very good job. Your accent's worse than Nick's. And I
don't even have an accent.
Well, that's what I said.
You're welcome, because I've actually trained you out of it.
I don't have an accent. You have an accent. You're from down south or whatever, Sam.
But I definitely. Listen. Anyway, I feel like this is turning into nonsense time. Jamie, what else have you got to complain about on this episode?
You know, the problem is, if I've got something to complain about, I'll say it. Which is why on Twitter people think I'm a bit of a cock end, which I don't mind. But if I see, I don't like going around complaining about everything. I'm not Victor Meldrew, but
I've got a question. So
go on, then.
You obviously watch a lot of YouTube. You've watched my stuff.
Yeah. I don't watch your ass bash stuff, but I like Sparks Fly and I like your stuff in your unit, the background stuff. I'm not an ass basher. I'd like your mental health stuff, mate. I really appreciate you doing that. I think that's good crack, that.
I was going to say, all it was, if you watch the house bashing stuff, is if there's one thing that you could literally ever dig at me for and go, the fuck is that? Explain yourself. What would it be? But if it's all the stuff in the unit, then there's not
I watch it, but I don't go looking for trouble. I know I did that video about Thomas Nagy on capping, but it just got on my tits.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I have to go watch that now.
Yeah, he talked. Yeah, but
I don't.
You know what? I feel a little bit sorry for Thomas Nagy, right? And here's why, right? Because I feel like he's trying so hard to be the guy now. Like,
he's not the guy anymore.
No, that's slipped. Listen, that's slipped. But what I mean is, like, he's invested all this dough into this company. He's really trying now to be the guy again. And he's got people wrapped around him that, you know, spend a lot of time preaching the good gospel of electrical knowledge, but really and truly don't practice it themselves. So he's kind of on a bit of a loser, I think. Like, not saying he's a loser, I'm saying he's on a loser.
No, definitely not. I watched that Cappy video. I don't watch him. I've never hardly watched him. That Cappy video. Oh, this will be interesting. Or maybe I'll learn something that I can use at college regarding this, or have it put away in a different point of view. I just watched it with my jaw on the floor thinking, what a load of old fucking shit this guy's speaking.
I've not seen it. I've seen it pop up. I've not watched it.
I don't want to get to the habit of doing like reaction videos, stuff like that, because it's just not funny. But that
I would love
like,
to. I would love to do reaction videos. Like I was thinking about doing it, like just mocking Nick's.
we could do it as a double act, like them two on the Muppets up in the balcony.
That's it. Yeah.
And you're in tuxedos slagging off other YouTube videos. It's got legs, that is.
Please get you to do that.
The thing is, have you seen any of my Fat Sam stuff that I've done?
But I appreciate. You know what? I'd love to do that myself because that's my game. But as you'll know, as I know, you can't just crack out a camera and start recording on an industrial site. You get fucking.
You can't.
First of all, you get called a nonce. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What are you doing? And then they'll be like, "Oh, you can't show that footage." I work in loads of interesting places that I just could never show. So that's why I have to make funny videos about light fittings.
So I was on a job and there's this dickhead on there, right? And he hated subbies. But he weren't in charge. It was a job that he weren't in charge on. And the geezer who was in charge was sweet as a nut. Anyway, I'd have my camera out all the time, just like doing bits and pieces. This is where I've done most of my footage. Was on this one job. It was at a Pfizer building. Pfizer would have gone nuts if they knew I was doing it. But the geezer I was working for, he didn't care. He was like, "Yeah, do it." Anyway, this other one, Ginger Div, was giving me some stick, and I turned around to him and I went, "You do realise I make 250 quid a video from this? So every video I make a day, I'm making an extra 250 quid." He lost his shit. It was a lie. Nowhere near that. But I said it just to wind him up, and it got so far up his nose, he hated me.
It's the people trolling, don't they? Trolling. I mean, I've got a few videos on there. I've had one that went a bit somewhere. I get people trolling me already. I'm like, go make your own fucking videos on your penis. Like, don't mock me for what I do. Do it yourself. You think it's so easy.
Yeah, but you will get it. You will get it. Like, you put anything out on the internet, you get negative back. You do. I get negative on the show. I wish you would die.
That's good, doing it. Don't you want that?
I like it.
Positive, negative, yeah,
mate. I don't care because I don't care about other people's opinion who I don't know. Like
that's the thing is, yeah, I agree with that. You've got to earn my respect, and you have my respect for me to care about your opinion.
Yeah, it's like if someone don't like me and they don't know me, I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, when David Savory shared my video, I was like, "That, oh, dreamy," you know what I mean? I was like, "Well, sure." But if someone says, "Oh, that's a pile of shit," like that, what I'll do is I'll just click on their avatar, find out where they live, and go and put a steaming dog shit through the letterbox. That easy, isn't it? I don't mind driving for 4 hours. Sorry, that guy. But
I don't know. I think we've got to get you back on with old Savo.
Absolutely.
What I'm going to do is, and I was going to do it tonight, I'm saving specification. I've got a pub in the back garden, and I was going to do it from there. But I might call it the Rusty Back Box now. The thing here.
Should we do an episode from the Rusty Back Box?
I think it's me and Dave aren't that far away from you.
I've literally got a working pub in the back garden. It's in one of my videos, the latest one. There's a little cut to it. I'm in the pub. That's my garden bar. I was going to do it from in there, but I would like to use it for something like this
that'd be wicked.
To help younger people become alcoholic sparks like the rest of us.
Well, you might notice that I've stopped. I was drinking juice today. You know, listen. It's January.
Look,
we're going to be healthy until about Thursday.
I just ordered one of them. I've used it earlier. The air fryers.
Oh, mate, they're amazing.
I bought a big air fryer. I cut a sweet potato, cooked some salmon, some chicken for tomorrow. I had one before. It was like a little one, so you could only get a couple of chips in it, and you would get burnt ones around the edge. But this has got shelves, like trays in it, so you can do a full meal.
No,
I didn't know anything about them, so I ordered it off Amazon. My mate's a bodybuilder, and he went, "Oh, have you got a Ninja?" I was like, "What's that?" And then I looked on it, and apparently the best one you could buy is a Ninja. I thought, great.
Yeah, it's the only Ninja I let in my ass.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. But I said to Sam just as we were starting, because I've not had any sugar, kind of Monster or anything like that. I just drank about 4 liters of water today. I've just got an absolute banging headache. But sugar withdrawal.
I, like as everyone else, start my diet tomorrow. It's going to last me about 4 hours before I stop off at Starbucks, get a Starbucks and a cake, you know, but whatever.
I've got back to the fitness today and it about killed me, to be honest.
What do you mean get back into fitness though? Are you into fitness?
I'm an army reservist, so I have to keep myself fit. And my fitness test coming up soon, 6 miles 20 kilo or something like that. So I took the 20 kilo out, about died on the race course. My dog's looking like going, "What's up, mate?" I'm like, "Oh."
Nah, no,
I was
thank
going
you.
to use the emergency button on Strava.
Wow.
Call for help.
Right. Monday Club. We're out.